Good day. Today I want to talk about the private revelation given to St Lucia Santos. In my previous channel, I have talked about the private revelation given to St Jacinta and St Francisco after the public apparition of Our Lady. This is one-on-one message between these visionaries and Our Lady. So I'm talking about St. Lucia today. After the public apparition, St. Lucia was taken to the Reparations monastery in Pontevedra in Spain, where she stayed to live a quiet life so that she can have time for more meditation and so that the public would not disturb her so much. So she stayed there, and there on 10th December 1925, she had a vision of Our Lady and our Lord. And our Lord was reminding her that she should see the heart of her Blessed Mother that was encircled with thorns because of the blasphemy that ingratitude people have caused her, that the pains, the thorns on her chest, the heart, the thorns on the heart, that Sister Lucia should see. And that's why it's asking for the reparation to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. So he told her that at the same vision too, Our Lady spoke to Lucia, telling her, look at my daughter, look at the blasphemy, the thorns surrounding my heart due to the blasphemy, ingratitude men said about me. That can't you at least help to remove these thorns surrounding my chest? So that means Our Lady was calling for reparation. When she said, can't you, it also means us, all of us. Our Lady wants reparation. We should do reparation to help relieve the pains surrounding, the pain caused by thorns surrounding her heart. So that was it. And then, that in the same time, while she was still in the Reparations monastery, in June 1929, Our Lady appeared again to Sister Lucia, telling her that she wants Russia to be consecrated to her Immaculate Heart. But we all know that in Catholic Church we take time to study and be sure. So before, that was June 1929, but before her confessor would allow her to send the message to reach the Pope, it was in 1940. That's almost 11 years gone. And Our Lady said at that time that if they don't concentrate Russia to her Immaculate Heart, that Russia is going to spread its errors to the world. What are these errors? The errors are communist, wars, initiating war between nations and countries and all this is that Russia is going to spread that error, which Russia did anyway. Russia did because it took about 11 years before that could be, before the message, that was in 1940, before the Pope was able to hear of this message that Our Lady has given since 1926 and 1929. So you see, it took a long time. But anyway, in Catholics, things are really properly investigated before they work on it. It took a long time. But thank God, at the end of the day, Russia was consecrated to her Immaculate Heart. At the end, after Pope Pius the 12th and Pope Pius the 12th, and then other popes too, they all tried to consecrate Russia to her Immaculate Heart, but they could not do it properly, because at the request of Our Lady was that when consecrating, the Pope should involve all the bishops of the world in consecrating Russia to her Immaculate Heart. Other popes have not done it till at last Pope John Paul II. He did it in 1982, but he did not involve all the bishops. So that has been a problem. But at last in 1984, Pope John Paul did it. Pope John Paul II, he did it, and he involved all the bishops, and he consecrated Russia to the Immaculate Heart of Mary in Rome, and the statue of the Our Lady of Fatima in Rome. And then when Lucia was asked again if this was okay, yes, Lucia okayed it. She agreed to it that yes, it has been done according to the Blessed Virgin's wish, because all the bishops were carried along. And that's how Russia was consecrated to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. And since then, everything, at least Our Lady promised, saying that if Russia is consecrated to her, that there will be an era of peace. She prophesied it, she said it. And she even said that, after telling Lucia, she even said that the Pope is going to consecrate Russia to her Immaculate Heart, and there will be an era of peace given to the whole world at that particular time. And it came to pass too at that time. After Russia was consecrated, there was an era of peace granted to the whole world. Russia became converted, like Our Lady said. Russia became converted, and there was an era of peace all over, and there was no more war and no more war. World War I, II, everything stopped, and everything was okay, and the Christians started going to Russia. Even they have representative of Rome in Russia too, and all those things. So things were okay at that particular time. Then here again, we are now talking. After that, the main issue again after consecration of Russia is the reparation, the establishment of devotion to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, which kept Sister Lucia up till her old age. She was to do it accordingly, and she did it according to how our Lord wants, and it was established. And then the first 5 Saturday devotion of every month, because Our Lady and our Lord, they specify how it should be done, and it was done accordingly. 1, the reparation to the Immaculate Heart of Mary consists of doing reparation, receiving Holy Communion, going to confession, receiving Holy Communion at that first Saturday of 5 consecutive months. That's when it's to be done. If you miss one, you start all over again. If you can do it for 5 months, that's what Our Lady said. If you are able to do it all the time, first 5 Saturdays for 5 months, do it all in reparation to the blasphemies against the Immaculate Heart of Mary. That if we do that, it helps in removing the thorns surrounding her tongue. It helps to remove the pain. The thorns surrounding her tongue come by the blasphemy. One may ask, why not for 1 month? Why must it be first 5 Saturdays of 5 months? And this was because of the blasphemies, the 5 blasphemies against our Immaculate Heart of our Mother, against our Mother. 1, that the perpetual virginity of Our Lady was not recognized. People don't want to believe it. Secondly, they don't want to believe the divine maternity of Our Lady as mother of all human race, mother of men. No, They don't want to believe that she is. They instigate in the hearts of children hatred for Our Lady, indifferences for Our Lady. And fourthly, they don't want to accept her as their mother. Fifth, they do not want to. They hate her. The scorn is so much that they even hate wherever they see her images or icon or anything. They hate it so much on it, and that is not good. So because of that, this 5 months was for this 5 blasphemy against Our Lady. And then when doing it, each month starts for each blasphemy for 5 months, that we are to do it like that. And Our Lady promised salvation. She promised salvation, the grace of salvation for any devotee of her Immaculate Heart. She promised salvation, and that the person, before the person dies, she's going to give him a grace. He will receive grace for his proper salvation for such soul before he dies. And that's what Our Lady promised. And then she also promised that for this devotion to her Immaculate Heart, Our Lady, through St. Simon Stock, gave Simon Stock this bronze scapula. The bronze scapula has come from heaven. It's the scapula from heaven. It's a gift from heaven that Our Lady brought. The scapula and Rosary are gifts from heaven. Our Lady brought this scapula from heaven and gave to Simon Stock. Simon Stock was the head of the Dorotician, the head of the Carmelite monastery. Simon Stock then, in July, Simon Stock was faced with problem in his monastery in July 1251. July 16, 1251. He had some issue with his monastery, and he went to ask Our Lady. When he begged and was begging and asking Our Lady, that's how Simon Stock, that's how in ecstasy, the Mother of God appeared with angels and handed over the scapula to him and said, take that the scapula is the habit of the Carmelite monastery. She take it, and then that's how they started using it. The Carmelite monastery, they were the Carmelites are the one using the scapula. But later on, by the bishop then extended the wearing of scapula to the laity, to all of us too. And this was because of what happened. But before then, this scapula, when they started using it, there was change in the Carmelite order. Everything became okay. She promised that any soul, Our Lady promised that any soul that dies wearing this scapula will never go to hellfire. That is the first promise she promised the Carmelite order. Then the second promise was the Sabbatine privilege. That Sabbatine privilege said that when the brass scapula is worn, and because the person has consecrated himself to her Immaculate Heart, because you cannot just wear this brass scapula if you have not done your consecration. Wearing the brass scapula means you have consecrated yourself to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. So, wearing the brass scapula, she said, if any soul that consecrates himself to Jesus Christ through her Immaculate Heart, wear this scapula. And this scapula is the sign, it's as a sign of her motherly affection for that person. It's her habit. It's like you are putting on the cloth of Our Lady. You are seeing it every time Our Lady is seeing you. So you are with her and she is with you. and it's to be worn for life. You wear it over your neck all the time. You can put it inside your cloth or wear it outside as you like it. And she's very happy because when you are wearing it, you are showing that yes, you have consecrated yourself to her Immaculate Heart. You are her devotee and you like her. And she too will like you and take good care of you, just as you also like her to wear this. So that's how she wants everybody to be. Then we will also notice that at the apparition, the last apparition on October 13, the public apparition on October 13, you see a lady came with the scapula, holding the scapula, and then wearing the Carmelite, the cloth of the Carmelite uniform, and holding the scapula in the hand. And when Lucia was asked what it meant, she said, Our Lady said she wants everybody to wear scapula. Everybody to put on scapula. That's what she wants. So, how do we put on this scapula? You cannot just go to the market or go to anywhere and just say scapula and wear. No. The scapula has to be properly invested by the priest. And there are stages, there's preparatory. We have St. Louis de Montfort way of consecration, 33 days total consecration to Jesus Christ through the Immaculate Heart of Mary. Once you have done that, you will now be invested with the bronze scapula of Our Lady of Fatima attached with the miraculous medal. So it must have miraculous medal attached to it. That's a sign, and that is the proof of total consecration to Jesus Christ through the Immaculate Heart of Mary. Our Lady wants it, and she wants everybody to be consecrated to Jesus Christ through her Immaculate Heart. By so doing, she'll be able to, her Immaculate Heart will be the refuge of such soul. So Our Lady promised the Sabbathine privilege that if any soul dies wearing the scapula, the soul cannot go to hell. And again, she's going to, on the Saturday after the death of the person, she's going to take the person to heaven.